What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Fleetwood Mac. And we're going back to Tango in the Night, 1986. Another sleepy Luca. We'll quickly move her to the lap. And yeah, the next tune on Tango in the Night is When I See You Again. It suggests there is going to be, or already is, a separation between people. It feels like it's heading in the romance, lovers, and or, romantic partners direction. And if that's the case, then presumably the separation is either necessary or unavoidable. And perhaps the remainder of the expression is when I see you again, we'll be able to resume this loving connection. I feel like maybe it's likely to be more complicated than that. What I have heard from their songs, especially those that deal with romance and love and sex, they feel like, they're often not straightforward. They're not cut and dry. They're complicated feelings and situations where the pieces don't fit together perfectly, or at least for a long duration. So yeah, I wonder what might be at play, and obviously the separation could be a negative thing, or rather, initiated by one of the parties, such that, when I see you again, will be the day that I die, or something like that. So I wonder, what is on offer here with an expression that, seems to be so straightforward. So let's listen. This is Fleetwood Mac. The tune is When I See You Again, and it's from the 1986 album Tango in the Night.
When I see you again, will it be the same?
Okay.
When I see you again, will it be over?
Uncertainty
When
about what
I
that will
see
be.
you again, will your great eyes still say, what's the matter, baby? What's the matter, baby? What's the matter, baby? What's the matter, what's the matter, baby? Baby, baby, what's the matter, baby? What's the matter, what's the matter, baby? What's the matter, baby? Baby. So she walks slowly down the hall, down many doors in the hallway, and she stares at the stairs. Ooh, there are many things to stare at these days. If she sees him again, will your very best friend, will your very best friend, who have been replaced by some other? What's the matter, baby? What's the matter, baby? Baby, baby, what's the matter, baby? What's the matter, baby? What's the matter, baby? Baby, and the dream says I want you, and the dream is gone. So she stays up nights on the air. Well, at least there's a dream left.
If I see you again, will it be over? If I see you again, will it be the same? If I see you again, will it be
Like an East Asian feel with that pluck.
again?
tune. Delicate, soft, takes its time. I think we hear two sides of it, but they seem to be expressing the same wonders, the same fears, the same thoughts. And yeah, I didn't pick up on what the nature of the separation was, and maybe that wasn't necessarily specified, but the idea that can a relationship endure time apart? Can you pick up where you left off, depending on how long the duration is? The next time you see someone, well, you have already decided, maybe via long-term communication, that it's just not going to work, and so the next time you see them, you're not even involved anymore. It's not what it was. So it feels like the vulnerability and the uncertainty is part of it, and I feel like the vocal delivery on both sides, but maybe especially in the first half, which I'm assuming that's Stevie on lead. I feel like, again, I still hesitate because it's not a group that I've spent years listening to, but I feel like this one, surely that's Stevie, right? Though we did hear, I believe, a backing female vocal, which I'm going to guess that's Christine, but I don't know if that, again, it could be like a layered vocal, but ultimately, yeah, we heard two female voices, I think, in the first half, but then when the male voice came in, that surprised me. So is that Lindsay? Again, I'm assuming that is, and I remember people mentioned, after this album is actually when he's essentially booted out of the group, I think, spearheaded by Stevie. But yeah, so ultimately I wasn't expecting those vocals, but when he came in, that was fantastic. He really sounded good on that first line. I was like, oh, hello. And then he read the same, or he gave the same two lines that started the female side of it, but they were switched. It wasn't like, will things be the same, and what's the second one? It's something like, will we not be together anymore? But they were inverted. It was the other one first and the other one second. I don't know if there's any significance to that. But it's, like I said, to me, that hit as oh, so, he's feeling the same things. There's uncertainty on both sides of it, and that's, I think in a lot of relationships, not only is there multiple perspectives, but maybe, one person feels oh, well, I'm just kind of waiting on their whim, and the other person might feel yeah, but I still don't quite know what they're seeing and what they think this is going to be. So that what you see is only half of the story. So I feel like we got a bit of that in this tune. And as I said, I love the soft, delicate. I'm not sure if there were any proper drums. If there were, they were subtle and supportive. But yeah, a cool tune. A bit of folksy touch again at the end. There was a bit of that twang, a bit of the folk country pop feel. But overall, it just had this light, introspective, emotional type of feel. So a cool tune, and one that, given the title, I thought we were, number one, probably only going to get one perspective, and I thought it would be more perhaps straight away with the emotion. But as it turns out, part of it is not knowing quite what's going to happen or what you feel. So a cool tune. Once again, shout out to both Elyssia and Hand Solo for sharing the Fleetwood Mac material. This is literally every video in this batch, or video in this batch, which I guess I was about to say. Luca gets super comfortable and starts purring the longer the video goes on. So then I feel like a jerk when I have to get up and end the video. Is there anything else I can talk about? Again, I suppose I could mention that once we finish going through this, as I think there's maybe 2 tunes left. We're getting right near the end of the album. But once we finish that, I have a best of Fleetwood Mac album, and although it does feature at least a few tracks that we will now have gone through once we get to the end of this, and again, Dreams I think is the first tune on it, or at least it's one of the tunes on it. So there will be a couple that we'll skip over, but I think there's several tracks on there that are not part of the either of the albums that we listen to, so I'm looking forward to that. What do you think, Luca? Are you still... She's comatose. This is crazy. Luca. Nothing. It's I have a cat statue in my lap. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Honestly, I feel like she's not even noticing that I'm moving her right now. So yeah, in any case, shout out to Elyssia, Hand Solo, and all the folks sharing music with me on this channel. You do enable all the different journeys we go on. Shout out also, of course, to the people over on Patreon who support not only what I do over there, but what I do over here, or here. You are all greatly appreciated, as is the now comfortable and content Luca. I will see you next time. Peace.